Question 1. What is the safest way to deal with aggressive drivers? A. Speed up to get away. B. Make eye contact and gesture. C. Stay calm and avoid engaging. D. Block them from passing. The answer is C. Stay calm and avoid engaging. Explanation: do not challenge aggressive drivers. Remain calm, avoid eye contact, and let them pass safely. Question 2. What should you do if a tire blows out while driving? A. Brake hard immediately. B. Grip the steering wheel, ease off the gas, and steer straight. C. Shift into neutral. D. Steer sharply toward the shoulder. The answer is B. Grip the steering wheel, ease off the gas, and steer straight. Explanation: remain calm, hold the wheel firmly, reduce speed gradually, and steer in control. Question 3. Why is it dangerous to tailgate other vehicles? A. It causes tire wear. B. It increases stopping distance and risk of a rear-end crash. C. It improves visibility. D. It blocks your blind spots. The answer is B. It increases stopping distance and risk of a rear-end crash. Explanation: tailgating gives you less time to react and increases your chances of crashing if the vehicle ahead stops suddenly. Question 4. What is the legal consequence of driving without insurance in Alberta? A. Warning only. B. Small fine. C. Large fine and possible license suspension. D. Vehicle impounded for 1 day. The answer is C. Large fine and possible license suspension. Explanation: driving without valid insurance is a serious offense that carries heavy fines and possible license suspension. Question 5. What is the proper procedure if an emergency vehicle is stopped on the side of a multi-lane highway? A. Pass slowly in the same lane. B. Stay in your lane and speed up. C. Move over one lane and slow to 60 km per hour or less. D. Honk and pass quickly. The answer is C. Move over one lane and slow to 60 km per hour or less. Explanation: if safe, move over one lane away and reduce your speed to 60 km per hour or lower if posted. Question 6. When must you yield to a pedestrian at an unmarked crosswalk? A. Only if they're on the left. B. Always. C. Only when they are running. D. Only during school hours. The answer is B. Always. Explanation: pedestrians have the right of way at all marked and unmarked crosswalks. Question 7. What is the most common cause of skidding? A. Proper use of brakes. B. Smooth turns. C. Sudden or excessive acceleration, braking, or turning. D. Use of snow tires. The answer is C. Sudden or excessive acceleration, braking, or turning. Explanation: rapid or excessive vehicle movements on slick surfaces can cause tires to lose traction and skid. Question 8. When should you yield to an oncoming vehicle while turning left at an intersection? A. Only if they're turning. B. Always, unless you have a green arrow. C. Never. D. Only if traffic is heavy. The answer is B. Always, unless you have a green arrow. Explanation: yield to oncoming traffic unless you have a protected green arrow. Question 9. How does a fully loaded truck compare to a car when stopping? A. Stops faster. B. Stops at the same rate. C. Needs more time and distance to stop. D. Depends on the driver. The answer is C. Needs more time and distance to stop. Explanation: due to their weight, large vehicles require more time and distance to stop than smaller ones. Question 10. What is a safe driving habit during dusk and dawn? A. Use parking lights only. B. Keep lights off to conserve energy. C. Use headlights even if it seems bright. D. Use high beams in the city. The answer is C. Use headlights even if it seems bright. Explanation: use headlights in low light conditions like dawn or dusk to increase your visibility. Question 11. Why should you avoid driving through deep puddles at high speed? A. It improves traction. B. It saves time. C. It increases the risk of hydroplaning or vehicle damage. D. It washes your tires. The answer is C. It increases the risk of hydroplaning or vehicle damage. Explanation: driving through water too fast may cause hydroplaning or splash water into engine components. Question 12. If two vehicles arrive at a four-way stop at the same time, who goes first? A. The driver on the left. B. The fastest vehicle. C. The vehicle on the right. D. The larger vehicle. The answer is C. The vehicle on the right. Explanation: at a four-way stop, the driver on the right has the right-of-way if two vehicles arrive simultaneously. Question 13. When must you stop at a railway crossing even if there's no train? A. If red lights are flashing. B. If there's no gate. C. Only during daylight. D. Never. The answer is A. If red lights are flashing. Explanation: if red lights are flashing at a railway crossing, you must stop even if no train is visible. Question 14. What is the purpose of shoulder checks? A. To view speed limit signs. B. To change lanes without signaling. C. To check blind spots before changing lanes or turning. D. To check your hair. The answer is C. To check blind spots before changing lanes or turning. Explanation: mirrors do not show everything. Shoulder checks are essential for spotting hazards and blind spots. Question 15. How does alcohol affect driving ability? A. It improves reaction time. B. It sharpens focus. C. It impairs judgment and coordination. D. It reduces distractions. The answer is C. It impairs judgment and coordination. Explanation: even small amounts of alcohol affect brain function, reducing coordination, reaction time, and judgment. Question 16. Where should your hands be placed on the steering wheel in modern vehicles with airbags? A. 10 and 2. B. 12 and 6. C. 9 and 3. D. 7 and 5. The answer is C. 9 and 3. Explanation: 9 and 3 o'clock positions are safest with airbags, reducing injury in case of deployment. Question 17. When parking uphill with a curb, which direction should your front wheels face? A. Toward the curb. B. Straight. C. Toward the road. D. Away from the curb. The answer is D. Away from the curb. Explanation: turn the wheels away from the curb when parking uphill with a curb to prevent rolling into traffic. Question 18. How can you tell if a vehicle is about to back out of a parking space? A. The horn will sound. B. The front tires turn. C. Reverse lights are on. D. Windows are open. The answer is C. Reverse lights are on. Explanation: white reverse lights indicate a vehicle is preparing to reverse out of a spot. Question 19. When can you make a U-turn in a business district? A. Never. B. Only at a traffic light. C. Only when there's no traffic. D. When permitted by a sign. The answer is D. When permitted by a sign. Explanation: U-turns in business areas are generally prohibited unless a sign permits it. Question 20. Why should you avoid using your horn unnecessarily? A. It drains the battery. B. It confuses emergency vehicles. C. It distracts or startles other drivers. D. It uses extra fuel. The answer is C. It distracts or startles other drivers. Explanation: unnecessary horn use can distract or startle others, increasing the risk of an accident. Question 21. What is the primary risk of driving too slowly on a highway? A. Reduced engine performance. B. Blocking emergency vehicles. C. Disrupting traffic flow and increasing collision risk. D. Saving too much fuel. The answer is C. Disrupting traffic flow and increasing collision risk. Explanation: driving well below the speed limit can disrupt traffic and lead to rear-end or lane change collisions. Question 22. When turning left onto a multi-lane road, which lane should you turn into? A. The far right lane. B. Any lane. C. The lane closest to the left curb. D. The middle lane. The answer is C. The lane closest to the left curb. Explanation: you must turn into the leftmost available lane unless signs or road markings indicate otherwise. Question 23. When driving through a work zone, what should you watch for most carefully? A. Stop signs. B. Passing zones. C. Workers and construction equipment. D. Streetlights. The answer is C. Workers and construction equipment. Explanation: work zones often have workers and machinery near traffic. Proceed with caution and reduced speed. Question 24. When should you check your blind spots? A. Only when parked. B. Before changing lanes or merging. C. At every red light. D. Only when making a U-turn. The answer is B. Before changing lanes or merging. Explanation: blind spots must be checked with a shoulder check before any lateral movement on the road. Question 25. What does right-of-way mean? A. You own the road. B. Others must yield to you. C. You must yield to others as required by rules. D. You can proceed without stopping. The answer is C. You must yield to others as required by rules. Explanation: right-of-way must be given when required by signs, signals, or other vehicles to avoid collisions. Question 26. When backing out of a driveway across a sidewalk, who has the right-of-way? A. The driver. B. Pedestrians and sidewalk users. C. Nearby parked vehicles. D. Cyclists only. The answer is B. Pedestrians and sidewalk users. Explanation: you must yield to pedestrians on sidewalks when exiting a driveway or alley. Question 27. What should you do if your engine fails while driving? A. Turn off the ignition immediately. B. Steer off the road and stop safely. C. Accelerate quickly. D. Honk continuously. The answer is B. Steer off the road and stop safely. Explanation: move off the road safely, signal if possible, and stop the vehicle. Question 28. What is the purpose of anti-lock braking systems, ABS? A. Shorten stopping distance in all conditions. B. Allow wheels to lock for better grip. C. Prevent wheels from locking during braking. D. Automatically steer for the driver. The answer is C. Prevent wheels from locking during braking. Explanation: ABS prevents wheel lockup during hard braking, helping the driver maintain steering control. Question 29. What must you do before turning left across oncoming traffic? A. Signal, scan for gaps, and yield until it's safe. B. Honk once and turn quickly. C. Flash your lights. D. Assume others will stop. The answer is A. Signal, scan for gaps, and yield until it's safe. Explanation: always yield to oncoming traffic and turn only when it's safe and clear. Question 30. What can help reduce nighttime glare from other vehicles' headlights? A. Using high beams. B. Looking at the center line. C. Looking to the right edge of the road. D. Flashing your lights back. The answer is C. Looking to the right edge of the road. Explanation: looking to the right edge helps you avoid glare while staying in your lane. Question 31. When must you activate your signal light before a turn in rural areas? A. At least 10 meters. B. At least 30 meters. C. At least 60 meters. D. Just as you begin turning. The answer is C. At least 60 meters. Explanation: in rural areas, signal at least 60 meters before turning to give other drivers ample notice. Question 32. When are you allowed to turn right on a red light? A. After stopping and ensuring the way is clear. B. Without stopping. C. Only in daylight. D. Only if you are in a left turn lane. The answer is A. After stopping and ensuring the way is clear. Explanation: right turns on red are allowed after a full stop and only if there are no signs prohibiting it. Question 33. What is the main benefit of scanning ahead while driving? A. Helps pass other vehicles. B. Improves fuel efficiency. C. Helps you anticipate and respond to hazards. D. Reduces mirror use. The answer is C. Helps you anticipate and respond to hazards. Explanation: scanning ahead gives you time to detect and react to road hazards early. Question 34. Why should you avoid braking during a turn? A. It damages the brake system. B. It improves traction. C. It may cause skidding or loss of control. D. It slows you too much. The answer is C. It may cause skidding or loss of control. Explanation: braking while turning can lead to reduced traction and possible skidding. Question 35. What is the best way to deal with a blind pedestrian at an intersection? A. Honk to alert them. B. Rev the engine. C. Yield and wait until they fully cross. D. Proceed if they are on the other side. The answer is C. Yield and wait until they fully cross. Explanation: blind pedestrians using canes or guide dogs must be given full right-of-way. Question 36. How should you react if an oncoming vehicle is drifting into your lane? A. Honk and drive toward them. B. Steer to the right, slow down, and prepare to stop. C. Flash your lights and accelerate. D. Maintain your lane and speed. The answer is B. Steer to the right, slow down, and prepare to stop. Explanation: move right and reduce speed to avoid a possible head-on collision. Question 37. When is it illegal to pass another vehicle? A. On a multi-lane highway. B. In school zones during active hours. C. On a clear two-lane road. D. On a one-way street. The answer is B. In school zones during active hours. Explanation: passing in active school zones is illegal and highly dangerous. Question 38. Why must you clean snow and ice from your vehicle before driving? A. It's more comfortable. B. To avoid damaging your wipers. C. To maintain clear visibility and prevent debris from hitting others. D. To improve gas mileage. The answer is C. To maintain clear visibility and prevent debris from hitting others. Explanation: snow and ice can block your view or blow off and endanger other drivers. Question 39. When should you use your hazard lights? A. When you're angry. B. While changing lanes. C. When stopped on the road due to an emergency. D. While speeding up. The answer is C. When stopped on the road due to an emergency. Explanation: hazard lights warn other drivers when your vehicle is stopped or moving slowly due to an emergency. Question 40. What is the correct response to a flashing yellow pedestrian light? A. Speed up to clear the crossing. B. Stop immediately. C. Slow down and yield to pedestrians. D. Proceed without slowing. The answer is C. Slow down and yield to pedestrians. Explanation: a flashing yellow pedestrian light requires you to slow down and yield to crossing pedestrians. Question 41. When driving in snow or ice, what is the safest way to stop? A. Brake suddenly for maximum grip. B. Shift to neutral and coast. C. Brake early and gently. D. Pump the gas pedal. The answer is C. Brake early and gently. Explanation: on slippery roads, braking early and gently helps maintain control and prevent skidding. Question 42. What is the safest way to deal with a vehicle trying to pass you on a two-lane road? A. Speed up to stay ahead. B. Move to the shoulder. C. Maintain your speed or slow slightly. D. Honk to warn them. The answer is C. Maintain your speed or slow slightly. Explanation: letting the vehicle pass safely by maintaining or slightly reducing your speed avoids conflict and improves safety. Question 43. Why should you avoid using high beams when following another vehicle at night? A. To save battery. B. They don't help in low traffic. C. They can blind the driver in front via mirrors. D. They damage tail lights. The answer is C. They can blind the driver in front via mirrors. Explanation: high beams can reflect off the vehicle ahead and impair the driver's vision. Question 44. When are you allowed to stop on a bridge or in a tunnel? A. At any time. B. Only in heavy traffic. C. Only if your vehicle breaks down or it's an emergency. D. To enjoy the view. The answer is C. Only if your vehicle breaks down or it's an emergency. Explanation: stopping in tunnels or on bridges is only permitted in emergencies or breakdowns. Question 45. How far must you park from a fire station entrance on the same side of the road? A. 2 meters. B. 6 meters. C. 10 meters. D. 15 meters. The answer is B. 6 meters. Explanation: you must park at least 6 meters from a fire station entrance on the same side of the road. Question 46. How do you signal a right turn using hand signals? A. Left arm straight out. B. Left arm bent upward. C. Right arm extended. D. Left arm bent downward. The answer is B. Left arm bent upward. Explanation: a right turn hand signal is shown by raising your left arm at a 90-degree angle. Question 47. What is the best strategy for driving through a curve? A. Brake in the curve. B. Speed up in the middle. C. Slow before the curve and steer smoothly. D. Turn sharply while accelerating. The answer is C. Slow before the curve and steer smoothly. Explanation: reduce speed before the curve and use smooth steering to maintain control. Question 48. What is the function of a median on a divided highway? A. Provide parking. B. Allow U-turns. C. Separate traffic moving in opposite directions. D. Add shoulder space. The answer is C. Separate traffic moving in opposite directions. Explanation: medians separate opposing traffic and improve safety on divided highways. Question 49. What should you do when your windshield is covered with frost? A. Drive slowly and wait for it to clear. B. Scrape or defrost all windows before driving. C. Clear only the front section. D. Roll down a window for visibility. The answer is B. Scrape or defrost all windows before driving. Explanation: always defrost or scrape all windows before driving to maintain full visibility. Question 50. What is the best response if your accelerator sticks while driving? A. Pump the brake pedal. B. Shift to neutral, steer off the road, and stop. C. Turn off the ignition and continue steering. D. Press harder on the pedal. The answer is B. Shift to neutral, steer off the road, and stop. Explanation: shifting to neutral stops acceleration, allowing you to steer off the road safely and stop.